Man, huh? Yeah, you want to. Bus pass. You know what I'm talking about? Bus pass. You know what I'm talking about? Online, I think. In 6th grade, I was taking a bus. That's a fact. 6th grade, I was taking a bus. That sounds nuts. Well, in 6th grade, boy, I was putting it in on a bus. What? Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, I'm broke. Why do my kids feel rich? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she ain't tell you all the bills they pay.
No, I did. He just can't be mad. I can't. Like,
And then they don't tell you. She didn't tell you how much. She didn't tell you
And
how
your mama
much.
don't even know how much.
She didn't tell you how much Uncle Sam is taking. Yeah, buddy.
Like, who's Uncle Sam?
Yeah, it's a different Uncle Sam.
Why we gotta pay Uncle Sam?
Yeah, buddy, it's a different Uncle Sam. He don't do nothing for you. You just take.
Was he that guy when Kendrick Lamar was performing?
Actually, yes. Yeah,
Uncle
actually,
Sam
yes.
ain't no kin to me.
Yeah, actually, yes. Sabbath peace. Another opportunity for us to hear and learn of the words of truth that is given to us by the Most High God. All honor goes to the Father through the Son, whose name is Yahushua. In him lies the only hope for salvation. We know that it is obtained by grace through faith, not of works, lest anyone should boast, and given freely as a gift to all who obey him. We understand that if you do not obey him, it is made manifest or made obvious that leave. In this state, you should expect no good thing from the Most High. However, anything that you do get, whether it be a gift of tongues, a gift of prophecy, or any supernatural experience that you may have, it can and it will be used against you in the day of judgment. With that said, peace to the saints that are in the room, to the saints that couldn't make it, to the saints watching in on the camera, to the saints in the chat, to the saints scattered around the world that we don't know about, but no peace to the wicked. The only thing we say to them is repent that they might live. Let's do Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 28. Give me verse 9. It's Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. While I'm thinking, I need a book. Somebody give me a book, and then somebody else give me a number, and I need one last person to give me another number. I need a book, a number, and a number. All right. Zahar giving us the book. I need a number and a number. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. This is Isaiah chapter 28. Give me verse 9. Let's see what the book say.
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
He said, to whom shall he teach knowledge? To whom shall get the instruction? Watch this.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
He said, and to whom shall he make to understand doctrine? What's doctrine? Teaching. Right? So to who is he to make to understand the teaching? What else?
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
What else?
For precept must be upon precept.
He said precept must be upon precept.
Precept upon precept.
Precept upon precept.
Line upon line.
What's a precept? Precept is a commandment, right? So it's like saying commandment must be upon commandment. Commandment upon commandment. Line upon line. What else?
Line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
For what reason? Keep going.
For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people, to whom he said, this is the rest, wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing.
But what happened?
Yet they would not hear. But the word of the Lord was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken.
It's a trap. A snare is a trap. What he's telling us is you have to put precept upon precept. You got to put one commandment on top of another commandment, one line on top of another line. You got to take a little bit from here and a little bit from there to make sense of this thing. It's a puzzle. And if you don't make sense of it, it ends up being a trap for you. Right? Give me First Timothy chapter 2, verse
19.
10. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10. Now you think it's 2 Timothy. That thing good too. Matter of fact, we can get that next. 2 Timothy, what is it? 2 Timothy chapter 2, 19?
Why ain't nobody asking you?
This 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10. I think it.
But which becometh women professing godliness with good works.
No, that's not what I want. Try 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10. Give me verse 9.
Wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds, but the word of God is not bound.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in the Messiah, Yahushua, with eternal glory. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us. If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself.
I don't know if this is what I'm looking for, but this is good too. He said, okay, hold on. We got this good too. You know what I'm saying? Go back a verse or two for me. What verse?
It is a faithful saying, for if we
He
be
said,
dead
it
with
is
him.
a faithful saying. What verse is this?
11.
This is verse 11. He said, this is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. He said, if this is a faithful saying, watch this.
For if we be dead with him,
He said, if we be dead with him, what does he mean by that? If we be dead with who?
Yahushua.
Yahushua. So he said, if we be dead with Yahushua, what does he mean when he says we be dead with Yahushua? Kind of, a little bit, but what does he mean by if we be dead with Yahushua? What does it mean to be dead with Yahushua?
Yeah, we abiding in him.
We abiding with him, we turn from sin, right? Basically, we've died to our flesh, right? Which means our flesh no longer controls our desires. So you think about your fleshly desires, it'd be like, man, I'm hungry, right? Oh, we got grab. We got to come back here because we got to get this. But real quick, grab. You got to help me out. What is it? Genesis 20. It wouldn't be 20. It would be Genesis maybe 28. Maybe give me Genesis 27. This is Genesis. No, it ain't 27. Give me Genesis 28. Let's see what Genesis 28 says. Genesis 28. I want what verse I want? Give me Genesis 28 verse let me give you verse 5. Is Genesis 28 I want? I'm looking for Esau.
You want you like yeah. Yep.
That's what I
Genesis
want.
28.
What verse I want?
Hold on.
You already there, Tia? What verse you think I want? 15. Give me Genesis 28. Let me see what verse 15 says.
And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places where you go, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken of thee. Jacob walked out of his sleep, and he said, surely the Lord is in this
No,
place.
that's not what I want. This
You
is
want when Esau?
that might I might want 27.
Yeah, because that's when he ran to Laban.
He ran to Laban in 27?
Yeah, but in the
No way.
beginning, yeah. In the beginning, he
Isaac
stole.
ran to Laban.
Yeah.
No, I
So
don't want that.
you want
I
when
want Esau.
when he was like, bring me venison that I make
No, I
sojourn
want
with.
before that. I want Esau the when Esau ate the forage.
Okay. All
When he sold his birthright.
right. He said, Lord, I am old. Okay. Hold on.
It's 20 what? It's 30. It's in chapter 27. Let me see what 27:30 say. Yeah, let's see what this is 27, really? This is
And it came to pass
Genesis
as
chapter
soon as
27 verse 30.
you want when Esau
Yeah.
wanted the soup. As soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing, Jacob,
What chapter is that?
this is 27:30. And
That's in
Jacob was yet
27. Oh, I
scarce
got to read
gone out from
Genesis
the
again.
presence of Isaac. Esau,
So then it must be in 26. All right, so give me 26. Give me 26 verse I don't know, it got to be further in 26. Just give me 26 verse. I don't know. Give me verse 30. What's 26:30 say?
no, you want 25. Hold on.
This is
Wait.
bad. Why I can't remember where this is?
You want 25, 28, 27, 25, 27.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 25 verse 27. This is bad.
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a
Mm,
man of the field, and
mm-hmm,
Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
mm-hmm.
And Isaac loved Esau, because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
That's right.
And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
So look, Jacob, he sawed pottage. In other words, he had boiling some cream of wheat. You know what I'm saying, boy? You ever had cream of wheat? You know what I'm saying? That boy, bro, my mama used to wake up and make cream of wheat. You know what I'm saying? He had boiling some cream of wheat, boiling some grits.
Crap.
Yeah, cream of wheat was good. Do they make cream of wheat still?
Yeah,
They still make it?
I make it sometimes.
Mm.
Cream of wheat, yeah.
All y'all old. Anybody eat cream of wheat today? Oh, all y'all butts old.
Bro, I rock with cream of wheat.
Darn decrepit. You know what I'm saying? All y'all butts are darn old. He said, so look, he said he is making some cream of wheat. What else happened?
Let's see. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom.
Right? So because he was so hungry, he was like, look, feed me because I'm faint. Watch this.
And Jacob said, "Tell me this day thy birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?"
Do y'all know that's what we do every time we sin? He don't think nothing about it. All he thinking is, I'm hungry. Right? What good is this? I'm hungry right now. I'm about to die if I don't eat. I've been out here hunting all day. I'm literally starving. I haven't eaten in days. Just give me some of the pottage. If you give me some of the pottage, I'll live. All right, well, give me your birthright. What do I care about a darn birthright? I'm about to die. Give me some of the pottage. It makes sense to him. Well, guess what? That's flesh. Because what you're caring for is your physical body. Like you're trying to make sure your physical body is preserved. A lot of times we think of flesh and we automatically think evil, bad. No, it doesn't always feel evil. Sometimes it feels like the right thing to do, right? But in reality, if your priority is preserving your physical body and not preserving your spiritual eternity, then you are being led by your flesh. And while being led by your flesh, you're going to end up in a situation where you sold your birthright. And your birthright is the resurrection, right? So when let's go back. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 11. So when 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 11 is saying, if we be dead within, he said this what did he say? He said this saying is true. This saying is faithful. If we be dead with him, let's read it. That's what he's talking about, right? He's talking about being dead to the flesh, no longer willing to trade your birthright to preserve your flesh, to preserve your physical body. Instead, you're willing to say, okay, my physical body can perish. I don't care what I eat. I don't care if things work out. I don't care if somebody try to murder me. I don't care what's going on. Nothing is going to make me compromise the terms of my birthright. And our term for our birthright is to turn away from sins. Which sins? Well, you can read about them in Mark 7. You can read about them in 1 Corinthians chapter 6. You can read about them in Ephesians 5. You can read about them in Galatians 5. You can read about them in Revelation chapter 22. Those specific sins that tell you that you are defiled or that you will not get into the kingdom. Those are the sins that we are commanded to turn away from. And if we turn away from those, we are no longer being led by the flesh. If we don't turn away from those, well, you are. Keep going. Watch this. This is Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 11.
It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him.
Mm-hmm.
If we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Mm-hmm.
If we
So
deny
look,
him,
if we be dead with him, then we shall live with him. So just like Zahar was saying earlier, that's the resurrection. He's talking about the resurrection at that. So if we be dead with him, in other words, dead in the flesh, to the flesh, no longer prioritizing our physical preservation of our body, then we shall live with him. In other words, we'll be resurrected just as he was resurrected after 3 days sitting in that tomb. Right? Keep going. What else?
if we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
He said, if we suffer, then we shall also reign with him. So remember, the servitude of ourselves to the people is what causes us to be great. You remember, we don't have to get it, but you remember John, the sons of Zebedee, right? John and James, they said, we want to sit at your right hand, right? We want to sit next to you. We want to be the greatest, in other words, right? And he told them, those who are great in the kingdom serve the brethren now. Right? So that means that you have to suffer. When you serving, you're suffering, right? So he's saying you got to suffer. The ones that suffer the most reign the most. So he's saying if we suffer with him, then we what?
We shall also reign with him.
Okay, keep going.
If we deny him, he also will deny us.
Right? So if we deny him, then he also will deny us. How do we know that?
Because the parable he said, depart from me, I never knew you.
Okay, that's one way. How else do we know that in our law? Let's see. Hold we got. Let's grab Leviticus. Leviticus chapter 26. Give me verse 40. It's Leviticus chapter 26, verse 40. We can do a little bit of talking. Not too much, just a little bit of talking.
He said,
Right? Because
I
we
walk
got a
contrary to
law.
you.
We got a law that set this stuff up all the way for us.
You walk contrary to me.
These are principles that the Most High God gave to us.
Where's your brother?
And these principles, these Christians that had you feeling like the Most High God got to the New Testament and just said, you know what? I changed my mind about everything I said. That's how they have you believe in it. But these principles that were set up in the beginning of the book have not changed. When Paul is talking to you, he's speaking from the principles of the law. This is what he's talking to you about. Y'all ain't never seen nobody that tried to kill the disciples of the Most High God through Yahushua. Was sitting there consenting onto their death, them getting stoned. Got a commission from the high priest himself to come after they butt. And then all of a sudden he get one vision of Yahushua. Nobody teach him ever one thing about the gospel, and he just got it immediately. You've never seen nothing like that. You think that happened because the Most High God just magically made something in his brain to understand it? No. That happened because he had a lifelong, devotion to understanding our law and the prophets. So since he had all that information and a great understanding of it, all he needed was to see the vision of this is the Messiah. Once you see that, everything falls in place. I don't need nobody to teach me the gospel. If he the Messiah and that's true, got it. Don't even worry about it. I'll take it from here. That's a bad boy that's talking to y'all. He talking to y'all from something. So when he telling you, look, if we deny him, he'll deny us. For a Christian, that might be difficult to understand. A Christian be like, no, God would never leave me nor forsake me. Thinking that the Most High God was talking to him when he was talking to Joshua. A Christian opened the book, everything in the book. All of us have been a Christian at some point. You open the book, right? And when you open the book, you close like both eyes, but leave one like a little bit open. And you like, I'm just gonna randomly see what Bible verse the Most High God is gonna leave me. So you flip it, and then you close your eye, and you look, and you kind of peek, but you looking for something good, and you stick your finger in there. You say, okay, whatever this is God's message for me today. And then you look down, and it say, after 7 days of uncleanness, be clean. You like, no, that's not it. So you look at another one, and then you go and they say, Jesus wept. He understands me. And you just keep switching until you get something that you want. That's Christian thinking, because they think whatever is written in that book is speaking to them personally. They don't take time to understand who the Most High God was speaking to and what can I learn from the man of God or from the woman of God that's being spoken about. They look at it as this book is about me. And that just elevates them. It doesn't humble them, right? The whole book is about, it's not about you. Everything is common. When everything is common, you know what that means? You know what communism is? Communism is what do they consider that?
Everything's like the same.
Yeah. No, but like what's the category of that? Like communism and capitalism and you know what I'm saying? Like what's that category of stuff called? That I don't know, those genres called. I don't know.
Social,
They're
political status.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a word for it. It's not coming to me. But anyways, communism is the idea that everything is common. In other words, everything is shared, right? So if all of us in this room were practicing communism, then there need to be a leader. It should be me. I'm just saying, it should be me. Then what I would do is I say, Zahar, give me all your money. Right? I say, Tasha, give me all your money. I already take her. You know what I'm saying? Eli, give me all your money. See, give me all your money. Everybody just give me your money, right? Then I'll put it in the pool, and because I'm trustworthy and y'all trust me, I'm going to say, listen, I'll take care of everybody's needs. Right? Eli, you need to go to the doctor? Here, take that. Go to the doctor. Boy. You need some food, Tia? Go buy you some bread. Right? Everything that everybody needs is taken care of because the money, the resources that we have are in common. Right? That's what communism is. Well, that's how the book is built. The laws are common. Right? Everybody has access to them. Everybody gets it the same way. It's not like no private situation where, hey, Daniel, if you come talk to me, I give you this much. But if Tia need the exact same thing, I'm going to give her less. But that's not communism at that point. Communism is whatever everybody needs, everybody has access to. It's all in common. We all share everything, right? Nobody has their own personal. You can't, in communism, you don't own your own house, right? In communism, the government owns the house. You just exist in that house. And nobody has a better house than the other person. It's just all in common. Everybody's equal. Everybody's the same, right? And so when we're dealing with the book, that's the Most High God's philosophy. He said, listen, I'm going to put it out there and everybody can get it. Line upon line, precept upon precept, and you capture it and you get it. We have to understand that and be able to like conceptualize that message in us. So that way, when we look at the book, we see the book is not about us. It doesn't elevate us. It does the opposite. It breaks us down. There's two ways you can get into the kingdom according to Yahushua. He said you can let the rock fall on you, or what can happen?
You can land on the rock and be broken.
Or you can land on the rock and be broken. And sometimes you got to ask yourself between two options. This is life, right? This is life. Neither option feels great. That's it. This is life, right? It's like, I don't want to do this one, nor do I want to do this one. That is life as an adult. You got a bunch of choices and you don't want to do none of them things. But guess what? I'm going to choose one that's a little bit better than the other. And sometimes with Yahushua, that's what you got to do. You got to say, do I want the rock to fall on me? And what did it say after that? Grind me into powder? Like, which one you think feel better? You can fall on the rock and be broken. That feels bad. Like, nobody wants to fall on something and be, I kind of picture my back broken. Like, goodness, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants that. But then if somebody say, but behind door number 2, you know what I'm saying? The rock falls on you and you're ground into powder. I think many of us, listen, if somebody broke their arm, right? I remember I was what was I doing? Playing basketball, I think. And then I did something like this, dribbling, and then it slipped. And then I think somebody pushed me though. I tried to fight afterwards. But anyway, it slipped. I landed on my arm like this, and it fractured my arm right here. I think it was this arm. Fractured my arm right here. And so that felt bad. I had to wear a cast and all that. Now, let's take that same scenario and just say I slipped and then my whole arm got ground into powder. Do you think there's a cast for that? There's no coming back from grinding your bones in your arm into powder. That's it. Now I got to walk around like the dude from Scary Movie. You know what I'm saying? Hand just shriveled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm going to do? That's all you get. So we all have to decide as adults. You have to decide, I know both of these choices feel bad. Like, neither of these are the preferable choice. However, I got to choose the one that's best for me. And what I want to be best for all y'all, including me, is to fall on the rock. Don't let the rock fall. This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 40. Let's see what the book says.
What? No, not right now.
Economics. That's right, Sister Pam. Sister Pam helped me out with economics. You know what I'm saying? These are economic theories, I think they call them. Is what? Ideologies? Economic ideology.
If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers, with that, we don't care that y'all went to college, first of all. Give me them college words up here.
My mom went to college.
If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespassed against me,
and what?
And they also, in that also they have walked contrary unto me.
That they've done what?
Walked contrary unto me.
And that what else happened?
And that I also have walked contrary unto them.
Because look, Paul knows that if you deny him, what's gonna happen?
He will deny you.
Boy, ain't about to sit here and play around with you. No, please come. Show me. Go to the book of Christianity, verse 2, verse 3. I mean, chapter 2, verse 3, where it say, and the Lord said, please believe in me. You're not going to find, like, you're never going to find it. A Christian might get it in their brain. We ain't got to get it. But a Christian might get it in their brain when the Most High God say, and I will plead with you there. You know what I'm saying? Where he said? He said that in Ezekiel. He might have said that in Malachi too. He said in Ezekiel 20 for sure. He said, and I will plead with you. In a Christian's mind, that means that God is saying, please believe in me. I really, really want you to believe in me. Look at all the things that I've done for you. No. When the Most High God pleads with you, you know what that looks like?
Judgment.
That's Exodus chapter 20. That's when the Most High God is pleading with you. That's Exodus chapter 20. When our people looked at him and said, no, Moses, you just talk to him because we're going to die. It's not what you think. He's not begging you to believe in him. He's giving you every reason to believe in him or I'll kill you. It's very different from what you're imagining in your brain. And so we have to look at these things and we have to take this into account. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11, verse 12, verse 13?
12.
Verse 12.
What is it?
It's 2 Timothy chapter 2. Let's see what verse 12 says. What are you doing, boy?
If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. If we believe not, yet he abides faithful, he cannot deny himself.
So look, you see how he called himself. If we believe not, because everything that he been saying is like, if we die with him, then we'll live with him. Right? If we deny him, then he'll deny us. Everything has been juxtaposed, right? It's like it's the opposite, right? In this case, he say, if we believe not, what?
He remains faithful. He abides faithful. He cannot deny himself.
Right? If we don't believe in him, there's not going to be a situation where he say, then he won't believe in us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, that don't fit. He gonna remain faithful. What does that mean? If we lose our faith, in other words, we don't believe in him, what does it mean that he will remain faithful?
For the day, if we ever turn and be righteous, he'll take us back.
It's still there for us. He's still going to hold up his end of the bargain. Grab this is Ezekiel chapter 33. See, Sister Pam, this is what I'm talking about. We just talking about right now, Sister Pam, we just talking about 2 Timothy. Imagine if we was reading Proverbs, just going verse by verse. This would be a darn mess. We never get through it. This is Ezekiel chapter 33. Give me verse. I don't know what I want. Give me verse. I don't know. Give me verse. This is Ezekiel chapter 33. Give me verse what? 7, 6. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 6.
But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
That's right.
So you, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore you shall hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, you shall surely die. If you does not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood I will require at your hand. Nevertheless, if you warn the wicked of his way to turn him from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity. But you have delivered your soul. Therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how should we then live?
Look. Understand that question. If our transgressions, what? This is a beautiful question. This is a question of a person who's honest about their understanding of the law. Right? Watch this again.
If our transgressions and our sins be upon us,
he said, if our transgression and our sins be upon us, right? What does that mean? That means we're responsible for them, which that means they haven't been paid for. We're still in debt to our sins, right? So if our sins are still on us, in other words, if you might go to a bar and be like,
still guilty,
drinks on me. What that mean? I gotta pay for it. So he's saying if my sins are on me, meaning I have to pay for them. I have to open up the tab for this. What else?
And we pine away in them.
In other words, we die in them because our law tells us what about anybody who sins?
You cursed.
You are cursed. So he's telling us if my sin is on me, meaning no one else is paying for my sin, and I'm cursed as a result of that, what's the question?
How shall we then live?
How in the world is it possible for me to live? This is an honest question. If you read the law, this is an honest question. How is it possible? I'm reading the law. I read the whole law. It say, I put two. Help me out. Where is it? I put it before you. What is that?
Life and death. That's Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy what? 30?
It's towards the end.
32. Help me out. Somebody help me out with that. He said, if I put life and death in front of you, and at some point in my life, I chose death, and that choice is on me. And as a result of that choice, I have to pine away. In other words, I have to die in my iniquity. How is it then, Lord, that I'm going to live? Because you never gave me nothing for somebody else to pay for this. That mechanism is not in the law, although it is. But that mechanism is not clear to me in the law. How is it that I'm supposed to get over this sin? Watch what he say next. 30:16. I wouldn't have guessed that. I knew it was 30.
Say unto them, as I live, says Yahuah God, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will ye die, O house of Israel? Therefore, thou son of man, say unto the children of thy people, the righteousness of the righteous shall not deliver him in the day of his transgression. As for the wickedness of the wicked, he shall not fall thereby in the day that he turns from his wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
Neither shall the righteous be able to live for his righteousness in the day that he sins.
Right? So look, if you righteous, you're not going to be able to live based off of your righteous in the day that you sin. In other words, I've been righteous all my life, brother. You know what? This just one time. I'm going to live a little for myself. Guess what? All that righteousness is not going to help you live in the day that you choose to sin. And so the same thing, though, for the unrighteous person. All my life I've been sinning. But you know what? I'm going to leave it all behind me. When that happened, that's not going to cause you to die. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
The wickedness of the wicked, he shall not fall thereby in the day that he turns from his wickedness. Neither shall the righteous be able to live for his righteousness in the day that he sins.
Mm-hmm.
When I shall say to the righteous that he shall surely live, if he trust to his own righteousness and commit iniquity, all his righteousness shall not be remembered. But for his iniquity that he has committed, he shall die for it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, if he turn from his sin and do that which is lawful and right, if the wicked restore the pledge, give again that he had robbed, walk in the statutes of life, without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, he shall not die.
These are the terms of the Most High God. He's telling you. They asked the question, how should we live? He didn't answer their question of how. But he just told you, these are the terms. If you turn away, you'll live. Now, the question that you got to ask from somebody, you don't know nothing about Yahushua. Yahushua don't exist yet. The question that you got to ask is, how? Because the law tells me that I'm cursed. But Yah is just telling them, trust me, I'll figure it out. That's why the book tells us the just shall live by what?
Faith.
Because if he's telling you, listen, that's the question that he's saying that they asked him. They asked him, how is it then, if my sin is on me and I pine away in my iniquity, how should I then live? And then all he do is go back and be like, listen, I'm telling you, if you turn away from your sin and do righteous, you will live. Right? You're going to live. I'm telling you that. Now, we don't know how, because I'm looking at the law and it don't describe what you're talking about. But you telling me, you know what I'm saying? You telling me from the prophet, so you know what I'm saying? Whatever. The answer is the mechanism that he made to pay for this is Yahushua. Right? He used Yahushua to pay for this. But that's how this happens. His word is going to play out. He can't be unfaithful. So when Paul is telling us, listen, we might stop believing in him, but guess what? When we stop believing in him, we've turned away from our righteousness. So now we live in unrighteousness. What he said is he's still going to be faithful to his end of the bargain. He said you shall surely die, and guess what's going to happen? Grab Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 55. Start me off at like verse, I don't know. Start me off at verse 1. I don't know. It's somewhere in there. It's Isaiah chapter 55. Give me verse 1. It's Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1. Then we still got to go back to 2 Timothy chapter 2. So we still ain't got to what I want, but it's some good stuff. We stumbled on something good on that.
That verse 1.
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1.
Oh, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that has no money, come buy. Come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfies not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader, a commander, a commander of the people. Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of Yahuah thy God, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he has glorified thee. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
Well,
Call ye upon him while he is near.
He says, seek ye Yahuah while he may be found. Right? Watch this. Keep going.
Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous
He
man
said,
his
let the wicked
thoughts
do what now?
forsake his way.
That's kind of like turning away from wickedness into righteousness, in which the standard is, if that happens, you shall what?
Yeah.
You shall live, right? Watch this.
And the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto Yahuah, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says Yahuah. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and
That's
my
why he
thoughts
got to
than your
remain
thoughts.
faithful. Watch this. Keep going.
For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it
He
bring
said, as
forth
the
the
rain cometh down and the snow from heaven don't return. When was the last time you seen a raindrop go up? When was the last time you seen snow just jump off of the ground and just go straight up? He said, the same way that don't return. Watch this.
that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goes forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void.
He said, it will not return unto me void. Now listen, we don't write checks no more in our day and age. You know what I'm talking about? But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could have a voided check. You write a bad check. Okay, so today, there's something we can all relate. You got a credit card. You got some of your bills. Sometimes they only want you to pay for it using what's called ACH, right? So that's when you got to go and you got to go try to find a check. At the bottom of the check, it got the account number and the routing number. But we so fancy, we don't have checks. So you know what we got to do? We got to log into our bank account and we got to say, what's my account number? And then you get your account number. Then you got to Google and say, what's the routing number? And then you get the routing number. And then you go and you put your account number and your routing number in there. And then you say, this is how much money I want to pay. And then it's going to ask you, you're going to try to submit it. And it's going to say, make sure you check the box and you authorize it. It's like, of course I authorize it. I'm the one asking it. Okay, whatever. I authorize it. And then boom, they're going to send that thing off. Now, if it happens, because usually it takes like a day or so to get that money out of your account. But sometimes we just making it with what we got. So we may pay our bills and we look at it and we say, oh, I think, I got an extra $120. I'm about to get me this darn cheeseburger. So you go and you get the cheeseburger. Because in your mind, you got some extra money. You didn't realize it was going to take 2 days for them to take this darn money out. So that you happy like, oh, sometimes I like miscalculate. You know how you miscalculate in your favor? I like miscalculate. I thought I was going to be broke after paying all my bills. I got an extra little $20. I'm about to get this cheeseburger, Daniel. Nobody's going to tell me I can't have this cheeseburger. So then you go get the cheeseburger. And you enjoy that cheeseburger. Then you get an email the next morning. You know what it say?
Overdrive.
We're sorry. Your payment returned. That's what the Most High God is. He's saying, when I send the payment out, it's good. It's not coming back to me void. When I make the payment, when I tell you I'm paying it, nobody is returning it to me. It's not coming back to me void. He said, when the word go, what I said was going to happen is going to happen. I don't care if you believe in me or not. I'm remaining faithful in what I'm talking about. Grab Deuteronomy. What Sister Pam said it was? It's Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. It is not returning void. The man is not waffling on what he's talking about. It's us that be waffling. It's us that be, well, I don't know, and maybe I just can't believe in a God that does this. Listen to me. The man is going, I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you think is right. Can you imagine the hubris it takes to be like, I just don't think it's right for God to make someone gay and then punish them for it. I can't serve a God that way. What? Okay. So the man, hold on, let's just get this right. You're saying the man that told you, I will make them that way and punish them for it and send them in the lake of fire, you going to protest by saying, I just don't think that's right. So what you think going to happen to your butt? It's just the thinking is bad. But the man is saying it doesn't matter what you believe or what you think. What he say is going to measure up. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. Watch the book say.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love Yahuah thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life and thy length of days, and thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahuah sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
Grab Deuteronomy chapter 28. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28. Start me out about verse 14. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 14. Watch what the book say. Man ain't waffling about what he talking about.
And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahuah thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
It shall happen if you don't listen to what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you today, let's see what's going to happen.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Okay.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Listen, I don't want to stay in the city because you know what? I just don't like the city. I'm gonna stay out in the suburbs,
in the country.
In the country. Guess what he said? You're gonna be cursed in the darn country. I don't want to be in the country. Them folks is racist out there. I'd rather be in the city. Guess what's gonna happen? Your butt gonna be cursed in the city. Right? This is what he's describing. This is an experience that we deal with right now. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
It just never go right. You know what I'm saying? He said the basket in your store. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, he wasn't talking about Walmart. But still, you be in that Walmart. Look, you in Walmart pushing that thing, and you put it in there, and you put it in there, and you never feel like you grabbed everything that you want. You always feel like you only grabbed about $20 worth of stuff. And then you start ringing it up, and it's $300. Curse is the darn basket and stuff. Look, what did he say? Curse is the darn basket in the store. Ain't that what he said? Let me see. Read it again.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Right? What he really talking about is when you store up your goods, he said something gonna happen, right? Rats gonna get to it and eat it all up, right? It's gonna start rotting. The wind gonna blow and knock it all over, right? He's saying it's gonna be cursed, right? Keep going. Watch this.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou come in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
In other words, that's a battle. So he's saying when you coming in from battle, you gonna be cursed. You lost. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got toe up. And then when you going out, you gonna be cursed. Y'all about to get toe up. Right? Keep going. Watch this.
Yahuah shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, in all that you set thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
You don't think that happened to us? Cursing and vexation, and rebuke. You don't think that happened to us? Right? We started out in Israel. What happened to Israel to get us out of there? Romans came, right? Lit some stuff on fire, tore down our buildings. You know how many people they killed on paper? How many people they say they killed? 1 million people got killed. You know when they came and visited us? During the week of unleavened bread. On the Sabbath. They got right on down. So they waited. I just want y'all to picture. They waited until all of our people from all over the world visited the land. It wasn't like they were saying, let's get them when there ain't nobody there. No. They said, let's get all of them there. It's documented. They waited during the week of unleavened bread where everybody was there. This is one of our most popular feasts of the year. Everybody from everywhere was coming and waited for all of us to be there, waited for there to be a Sabbath where we all resting and chilling, and then came and killed these folks. 1 million people, women, children, just killing them, and then took a bunch of slaves. Then, after making us slaves, they took us into different parts of Europe. We spread out. One by one, almost every major European country said, get their butts out of here. Everywhere we went, there was vexation. Get their butts out of here. And so if you look at a map, I ain't got one up real quick, but if you look at a map of Europe, we went across Turkey, right? Into Greece, got kicked out. Into what's next to Greece?
Mm-hmm.
Probably Italy. Ain't Italy to the west of Greece? Let's pretend it is.
All them things jumbled up in the
Then you say we went into Italy, we went into Britain, or whatever it's called. Was it the United Kingdom now?
Yeah.
They called it Britain back then, I think. You know what I'm saying? Then we went down into whatever else is right there.
Spain.
Eventually, we get into Spain and Portugal. So if you look on a map, Spain and Portugal is the only thing before Africa, right? Like you could swim from the Iberian Peninsula to Africa. You know what I'm saying? It's like right there. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like super close. So then they did the Spanish Inquisitions and the Portuguese Inquisition, in which they specifically, like you can't even trust these people's history. If you go read these Inquisitions yourself, don't go asking AI because AI will lie to you. You're going to have to argue with AI to get them to agree. They will, though. If you give AI enough facts, I did it today. Because I know, I be knowing the AI be lying, and I know the subject is going to lie on. But when you give it the facts, if you argue enough with it, it may be like, that's a good point. That they told me, that's a good point. You're actually right. Right? But anyways, if you look at their documentation, it'll tell you, we were going after black Jews. That was the target of the Inquisition. The Muslims got caught by accident. They used to call us Morenos, which means black skin. And they tried to apply that to the Moors. That was for us. They went to us. We are the ones, we called ourselves Moreno. If you even look now in Spain, there's a lot of people with the last name Moreno. That was something that Hebrews called themselves. It means dark skin. It's because of our subjugation, because they were racist against it. They was like, no, we don't like these dark-skinned people. And to their credit, it's because the black Muslims kept on taking over they areas. And they kept on fighting back and get it back. And we just living there, but they get sick of all these black people because we've been a thorn in their side, because everywhere we go, it's vexed. And then we go down into Africa. And then we think, okay, it's all black people down here. We ain't got to deal with these white folks. And then guess what the Africans said? Oh, I hate these darn Jews. They accuse us of bringing syphilis to their stuff. They accuse us of being cheap and stealing. They don't like the fact that we got all of these uppity rules. So then they came and then they killed us. So then guess what? We went further down. That's North Africa. We go further down. Then end up in the desert. And the desert make us hard. So you got a group called the Catholics. And the Catholics, they said, man, forget our religion. You know what I'm saying? The Catholics, they was Hebrews too. They said, man, forget all that. And they start robbing Christians. You know what I'm saying? If a Christian passed through the desert, hey, give it up, boy. You know what I'm saying? And so they became the gangsters. Well, that put a bad name on a lot of us. So then we go further south until we end up in West Africa. And we think it's cool. Some of our villages, we in the forest. We just trying to live a peaceful life. We don't want to bother nobody. We not trying to be in the mix. But guess who finds out that we're there? The Moors and the darn Christians. And the next thing you know is you got a whole slave trade finding all of us, hunting us down and putting us in jail wherever we go. And you think maybe after the slave trade, we get some relief. No, not at all. We come over here and we in Brazil and we in
What's some more
Colombia
chicken?
and we in Mexico. I'm reading. I never read this stuff. Today I was reading about somebody who got enslaved
go eat
in
some chicken.
Mexico.
Okay, go eat some chicken.
And listening to
That's
this
all we got.
lady's story, I'm looking like, and she knew she was a Hebrew. I said, oh, I can't wait to tell people about this. I can't wait to tell people about this because it doesn't matter where we go. It doesn't matter. We look at it right now and we say everything that happened to, a lot of people try to get you to believe everything that happened to black people is black people's fault. So if you believe that as a black person, you have to ask yourself, okay, if that's true, if it's all our fault, and we the poorest, we the sickest, we the most oppressed, but it's all our fault. We so dysfunctional, but it's all our fault. Then you have to ask yourself, then is the white man right when he says this race is subhuman? Because if it's just inherently because you're black, it just no matter where you are, all over the world, because you are a black descendant of slaves, it just ends up this way. Are they right about you just being inherently like dysfunctional? You're subhuman. Because if you don't believe that thought, if you think, you know what, we can pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, then you have to question if we're capable of doing this and we so powerful of a people and so great of a people, why in the world is it that everywhere we go, we are vexed? It's either we are subhuman, like they said, we just animals, like they said, or the Most High God's word does not come back void. It's going to be one of those two answers. Because it ain't no such thing as, no, we equal and we just like them. But it just so happens. It just, of no fault of any white person, it's just all black people. For some reason, we all just happen to keep choosing to be in bad situations with no exterior influence at all. Like, don't be darn dumb. Most High God told you what's going to happen. You just ain't read it yet. You ain't had nobody to teach it to you because these Christians just been sitting here giving you darn slop. Let's go back. This is 2 Timothy. What? Hopefully we got through 3 verses. But look, in some ways, it's kind of like a Christian pastor. Because a Christian pastor, this is what Christian pastors do. They'll start with one verse, they'll read 2, and they'll talk to you for a whole hour and be like, dang, we really only read 2 verses. The only difference is we gonna take you to other words. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna just talk you. We ain't about to like, what's the word? What's the word when people just be running their darn mouth? Rambling, but it's start with a P. What's the word? Pontificate. We ain't about to just thank you. We ain't about to just pontificate. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't about to say just we gonna give you some other word now. We gonna teach you a little song. You know, so let's see. Let's get our Christian on. The 2nd verse. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? 2 Timothy chapter 2,
13.
verse 13. Yes.
If we believe not, yet he abides faithful, he cannot deny himself. These things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord that they strive not about words to no profit.
That's right.
But to the subverting of the hearers.
Watch this.
Study to show thyself approved.
Look, this is all I really wanted to get to. The whole time since the very beginning, this is all I really wanted to do. He said, study to show thyself what?
Approved unto God. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed.
Look, if you a workman that you needeth not to be ashamed, watch what he say next.
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
That's all we got to do. When the man say precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, all he telling you is you got to rightly divide it. You got to separate this piece from this piece and put it here on top of this one. You got to put this here and then this precept here. You have to rightly divide it. This word is not put in order for you. It's a puzzle that has to be taken apart and put back together in the proper order. And that's what he means by rightly dividing the word. The only way you're going to rightly divide the word is if you study. Right? That's what this is about. That's why we get together and talk through these things and we look at it. That's why it be like, dang, bro, we just started reading in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11, and we only got to 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse what, 15?
Yeah.
Well, that's because it has to be rightly divided. We gotta see what this line is and how this line matches up against this line. We gotta go to Genesis, then we gotta come back, and then we gotta go to Deuteronomy, and we gotta see what Isaiah said. That's the only way we can make sense of it. Because if you just try to read it through and it's not rightly divided, you will not understand. This will be a trap for you. That's what the man is telling you. He said, I spoke to this people in a way they wouldn't understand. When he told you that, he said, I speak to this people with a stammering tongue. I mean, with another tongue and stammering lips. That means he's speaking to you in a way you don't understand. Then he told you later on, he said exactly what he's talking about. To the people I said, to whom I said, this is the rest. And this is the refreshing. Yet they would not what?
Yeah.
They would not hear. They wouldn't pay attention. Why wouldn't they pay attention? Because you're speaking to them in a way they don't understand. So they said, I don't understand that. And they moved on. So then the word of the Yahuah came onto them as precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little, that they might go and fall backwards and be broken, ensnared, and taken. That is the purpose. If you don't hear, it's going to be all broken up for you. The only way to fix that problem is to rightly divide it. You have to have a teacher or you have to have an understanding of the book. There is no way to get around that. The man's word will not come back void, so we have to pay attention to it. That was supposed to just be the darn intro. We can go ahead and wrap it up. Where we at?
2 Timothy 2:15.
Keep going.
But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
Yeah, some of these times these people look. These people just when he says shun profane and vain babblings. In other words, when people just be running they darn mouth. It's a lot of people when it comes to this book that they just talking. They not showing you nothing in the book. They not telling you. It's just listen. If you want an example of vain babbling, just go to church on Sunday. Just go to church. Anyone you want. Look, it's gonna sound great, man. Some of this stuff gonna feel good. You're gonna feel the chills going down your back. But if you stop and analyze what's being said, you're gonna say, I really didn't learn anything. Certainly didn't learn anything about the Most High God's word. It's like you're not gonna know anything more about David. You're not gonna know anything more about Jacob. You're not gonna. If you sit in these churches, you're not gonna learn much. You're just gonna learn a bunch of vain, and it sounds and it feels good and it feels encouraging and it pumps you up and it's energizing for sure. But you're gonna walk away and say, I've never heard that story in the Bible. There are people that join our studies and that comment on our studies, and they say they've been going to church for 30 years, 20 years, and they got the nerve to tell me, I've never heard that story in the Bible. That's a shame. Like we were just talking to her, I stress out because I'm like, I don't think we ever did anything on Songs of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? I be sitting there like, have we ever done a study covering Songs of Solomon? Ooh, and then that makes me feel like, dang it. I feel ashamed. I'm like, there shouldn't be anything in this book that we haven't covered. As long as we've been doing it, we should have a video on everything. How dare I miss one? These pastors miss whole books, they miss whole. Well, I'm about to say, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it done. Somebody turn on the light. Y'all better not be messing with me in here now. You know what I'm saying? But that's what our mindset gotta be. As a teacher, this is the job. This not optional. This is the job. That was the end of the chapter?
No.
Keep going. Watch this.
But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness, and their word will eat as doth a canker.
A canker, what is a canker? Think of it like a cancer, right? A canker, you know what I'm saying? I think they got canker worms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But think of it like a cancer, something that's eating you up from the inside, poisoning you from the inside. Keep going.
Of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus.
Look, look. Paul, listen, I don't like how y'all be playing with Paul. The man, he said, look, go back, read it again. Read it
And
again.
their word will
Because I want y'all to understand it the way it actually is. Sometimes we read it, and since it's the Bible and it's God, we just gloss over stuff like it ain't foul. Paul's being foul right now. Like, watch what happens. Watch this.
and their word will eat as doth the canker.
So he's telling you, he like, man, look, man, stay away from vain babbling, man. Some of these boys just be running their darn mouth. They ain't talking about nothing. And I know you think it's innocent, but when you listening to their word, man, it's really eating the inside of you without you knowing. Because that's what like a cancer is. You don't know that it's killing you on the inside. So you think everything is fine, but on the inside, something's eating away at you and you're dying on the inside. He said, I know you think it's good. You listening to their vain babbling and you think it's innocent, but their word is eating up at you on the inside, right? It's destroying you on the inside. Watch this.
Of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus.
Oh, and this is the two examples I'm talking about. He named the boys. Them boys, Hymenaeus and Phineas, that's who I'm talking about. It's not like, I just want y'all to see it because it's not like he's just speaking, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll let it apply to whoever. No, he said, no, these two. You know what I'm saying? Them two, you know who I'm talking about. Them boys don't be talking about nothing. If somebody did that today, if a Christian pastor called out another Christian pastor like, no, this, that, another, people looking like that's improper. You shouldn't. You know, it's just, brother, you just let him. No, the man, when you know what you talk about, he's a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a liar. Don't be listening to him. We ain't got time to be sitting there. I don't have time to be sitting here playing around with y'all. He's a liar. I know it. Phineas and what's his name? Timothy? What's his name?
Hymenaeus.
Them two. You know what I'm saying? They good. They liars. Keep going. Watch this.
Who concerning the truth has erred, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faith of some.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, the foundation of God stands sure.
He said the foundation of God stands sure. What is it?
Having this seal. The Lord knows them that are his.
He knows those who are his.
And let everyone that names the name of the Messiah depart from iniquity.
That got that. That got that. If you think you are his, then guess what? He gonna know the truth, whether it's true or not. You won't. And your part of the deal is depart from iniquity. That's it. That's it. He gonna know if you his or not. You can't be in his mind, so too bad. But the one thing you can know is you can depart from iniquity. Let's see how it goes. If you don't have that foundation, if you don't have the acknowledgement that God makes a decision and he know how it's going to play out, my job is to depart from iniquity, then stop trying to say that I'm with Yahuah. This is a pure thing that he's given us. And it's simple. All we got to do is accept it. These people try to make it complicated because it's Satan's way to make something feel complicated when it's not. You ever had like a simple decision, like you can look back on it. When you're in the midst of it, it never feels simple. But you ever look back on something when you was younger and was just like, man, I remember that I was going crazy over this decision. And I was just like, this, that, another. But when you look back on it and analyze, you're like, I just didn't want to do the right thing. That's it. It's really not that deep. I really just, like when I look back on it and I'm out of the midst of it and out of all the confusion and all the distractions, when I look back, it's just like, the truth is, I just wasn't ready to do the right thing at that time. So I was thinking of any excuse to make this more complicated than what it really needs to be. But in the end, it's a very simple stuff that we're talking about. It's go this way or go that way. It ain't a whole bunch of like, oh man, MC squared. That's how we would like our problems to be. Our problem, we think we got to put them on the board and be like, no, man, it's simple stuff. You can do the right thing. And yes, that might hurt. I mean, you might fall on a rock and be broken. But then you got to think of what the alternative is. Any questions? All right, well, let's pray out. Hmm? You gotta click it one time. Oh, it's up there.